Okay, here we go. We're going to look at that little guy right there. Great effects loop, great volume control. It goes down to lighter rock, but its niche is metal. But we'll take you through some tones and come on back later with a couple more words to say. Welcome everybody, Old Guy Jammin' here. How are you today? I'm grand, thank you very much. So there it is, isn't it cute? The little Randall RD1. Now, sounds great, right? I had the decibel meter up so that you could kind of see equivalent room volume. Gets up to 94, 100 dB at max, which equates to what some guy wrote on one of the Gear Page forums or something. This has a AU 12AU7, I believe, output tube, which is rated at 3 watts, but it's a lower gain tube, but it puts out 3 watts versus the BH7, which is, I believe, a 1 or something. You can read more about it, but some of the other 12A tubes, I guess, have lower power dissipation, which is why they chose the 12AU. Puts out 3 watts, and it's clean. There's not a lot of gain. So pretty interesting there. The RD5, the 5-watt version of this, uses a different output tube, and reportedly it doesn't nearly have the bass. One is type A, and I think the other is AB. So I went with this one because in listening also, having known that, and then listening, I think I can tell a difference online, where I think the RD5 sounds a lot thinner, especially the Guitar World review. So, Randall RD1, kick-ass little amp. It's metal. That's its niche. That's what it does, but it does it really well. The switch, excuse me, really has kind of 2 usable settings for me, middle and far right. For metal, it sounds great. Once you take the gain off, though, the switch over to the left does add a lot to mellow out, bring up some mids if you choose to roll off the volume a bit or play something that's not in your face, fire-breathing metal. Great effects loop. Effects loop works great. 2 little tubes, so great practice amp for something you want to kick on in the morning for 10 minutes before you go to work. You don't have to worry about heating up a bunch of glass. Super nice, and not overwhelmingly loud. In fact, you want it to get a little bit louder sometimes, which you can do by kicking it in the face with a pedal or putting one in the effects loop. My pedals of choice for this little guy are, once again, the Mesa Flux Drive. That thing has proven to be just an awesome pedal. It puts this right over into Mesa Mark V territory, where it really cleans up, it gets brittle, and there's a little more top end in your tone, in your chug. Otherwise, it's a little darker without that pedal on. It's a little darker, and it's more Randall Diablo, kind of compressed, darker, devil-sounding music. Devil. Okay, and then for lead work, the OCD is just the pedal to beat there, but takes pedals like a champ. It's great for office or work when you just have a little cab to work with. This is going through the Engel 1x12. I was playing the Pro Mod, and that's about it. It sounds great, anywhere from 70 to 100 dB. There is kind of a sweet spot in the EQ. Once the volume gets past 9 o'clock, it gets really loose, and the gain up past 3 o'clock. Did I say 9 o'clock? I don't use dial clocks enough anymore. Once the gain gets past 3 o'clock, it starts to lose any kind of articulation. And once the volume also gets up past 3 o'clock, you get a little more volume out of it, but it really starts to loosen up and not quite sound as good, in my opinion. Although we did run them both full up, and you can let me know what you think. All right, so it's in the running, definitely in the running for one of the best practice amps out there as far as low volume, in your face, really great tones, but nice and mellow. You can play at night with the kids in bed. You can play in the morning without pissing everybody off. Unlike some of these others, which have to be pretty darn loud sometimes to sound good. All right, so thanks for watching. Oh, and I'm going to put a link in the description because I watched a lot of videos here, and in the room, this thing really does sound incredible. A lot of the videos, it did not sound inspiring that I watched, but I did find one, and that I don't know how he got the sound he did. Well, great miking technique, perhaps. But that one represents what you'll hear in the room. So I'm including that in the description. Peace out.